Welcome back to another special edition of the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to talk about what's going on with Montreal since they are off last week because of COVID-19. We're going to talk about what is next when they restart, what's happening with trade, what's happening with the new signature, and what is the situation with COVID. And finally, we're going to talk about their club farm, the Laval Rockets. So don't go nowhere. I will be back very shortly. Welcome back to another special edition of the Montreal Canadiens. This is your coach Frenchy, back in the house. We're going to talk about our team, the Montreal Canadiens. If we go push back like weeks ago, exactly 7 days ago, the NHL announced that Montreal Canadiens, they are postponed the next 4 games because of COVID-19 situation with 2 players. At the beginning, it was Kokanemi and Armia. At the first 24 hours until 48 hours after the postponed game, nobody knew really what's going on until the reason was they won't take no chance. One of the 2 players have a variant, a new COVID situation where they don't have enough expertise to know exactly what could happen. So to precaution, they decide with this situation, it was the first time in the NHL around all the team, first player was touched by the COVID variant. So they decided to cancel all the games. So during that, we have a press conference with Mike Bergevin 2 times last Thursday about the situation, about the team, what's going on, everything like that. We got another one with him Saturday about what's coming for this week for the Montreal Canadiens and what about the trade and also the signature if a Caufield is going to sign up, everything like that. And finally, a lot of great news happening during those 7 days off, because let's start with the first news I want to talk about is the NCAA update. The Wisconsin Caufield officially finished his sophomore season with 30 goals and 51 points and 31 games. And during his career, of course, he have an amazing, great run with the Wisconsin Badger. He's now a finalist of the Hobie Baker Awards trophy. So it's a great year for him with Wisconsin. That moment, it was Friday night, this situation happening. The Wisconsin, surprisingly, they got out of the tournament. It was the end of his career in NCAA. Now it was the prediction, see where and when he's going to sign for the Montreal Canadiens. I predict Saturday morning with my first video about Caufield, he's going to sign a contract the next 48 hours. And before that, I want to mention what happened with him with 2 seasons with the Wisconsin Badger and 67 games. He had 49 goals, 39 assists, and 88 points for a +6. Just give you an idea. He was performed very well over there in NCAA. I predict he was going to sign, and look what had happened. Few hours after my prediction, right, the Montreal Canadiens have agreed to a term of a 3-year LLC. This for entry-level contract with the forward Caufield for the season 2020, 21, and 2022 and 2023. So that's a great news for Montreal Canadiens. And before that signature, the Montreal Canadiens Friday, they trade with the Buffalo Sabres their 3rd and 5th round pick for 2021 NHL draft for the veteran 36 years old Eric Staal. I think that's a great transaction for the Montreal Canadiens. Just give you an idea, his stat so far. We know he's a 6'4", 207 pounds. He is born in Thunder Bay. He is 36 years old. He's going to be 37 this year. He's a 2nd overall pick in 2003 by the Carolina Hurricanes. He won the Stanley Cup with them. And 32 games this year with the Buffalo Sabres. He have 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points, 8-minute penalty, and a minus 20 for the TOI at 1534. During his career, he had played already 1,272 games. He had 439 goals, 592 assists, 1,031 point, 826-minute penalty, minus 68 for the TOI of 1929. What he brings, not only experience, leadership, is an ex-captain in NHL like Shea Weber. Secondly, for me, he's really solidified the center line for the Montreal Canadiens. I think Jake Evans is good, but with experience with Eric Staal for the rest of the season, I think he will bring more for the Montreal Canadiens. He also can play on power play, so that's another great. And the guy, he knows with his 18-year experience in that NHL, what it takes to go through adversity challenge, and when you be ready for the playoff, the Montreal make it. I think is a great opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens to have Eric Staal with them for sure. So that's what happening in 2 days. Eric Staal, new player for the Montreal Canadiens, and the 24 hours later, they signed Caufield. So we cannot ask her more about that one over there. Now, what happening today is an update for the NHL. Of course, they have to put Eric Staal on the COVID protocol list for 7 days. Stay on the protocol list so far today, Monday, is Joel Armia, and they remove of the list as Jesperi Kokanemi. So I expect for them, they're going to start to play tomorrow night again Edmonton Oilers at 7 o'clock Eastern Time at Montreal. I think that will help them for sure. Now, here's what's happening right now with Montreal. And so far, they play already 31 games. They are 14, 8, and 9. Their home record is 6, 5, and 2. Away is 8, 3, and 7. The last 10 games, they have 4, 2, 4. And I apologize for the last 3 seasons. That's another stat. I was doing something else, so this is my mistake. What's happening right now? They have 25 more games to go. Right? They have 4 weeks of full game. This is not easy for them to be and to perform night after night. If you look about who's chasing them for the 4th spot is Calgary, Ottawa, and Vancouver. At that moment, Calgary, they play 4 games, 5 games to go. They are 1 and 3. And Ottawa, they are 2, 1 and 2. They have 5 more games to go to play against Ottawa. Again, Vancouver is already done, 6-0-3. So it will be very interesting. From tomorrow, until April 17, they play 8 of the 9 game at home. That will helping them a little bit better for that stretch over there. It will be important for them to win those games for sure if they can hang in there and then go through all the way to be, in the member of the playoff. So that's really what they have on their schedule. They have a month of May, a stretch of 3 and 4 nights, 3 games and 4 nights. That will be another difficult time for them. But I just want to share with you the schedule about what the team is chasing and what is the look like their schedule. I want to talk tonight about the Laval Rockets, what's going on over there. They are a record of 14, 4, and 2. The goals for 65. The goal again is 49. The last 10 games, they are 8-0-2. The minute penalty, they have 222. And they are the first place on their own division. And I want to mention a couple of players doing very well over there. Ryan Poulin, 19 games, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. You have a run of 10 points the last 9 games with the Laval Rocket. He's looking great. Jesse Ilonen, he has 20 goals, 20 games, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points so far. Unfortunately, he got hurt last game. I don't know the gravity of the injury, but it's something we have to follow up for sure. And then the goaltender prospect, Caden Primo, have a 10 W so far. He has also a goal again average of 2.23 and a save percentage of 0.906. One great performance for him this season. Honestly, he showed exactly who he is really, And I would not be surprised to see Primo the next 2 years with the Montreal Canadiens. Finally, um, the other players perform well. We know already Jordan will, play many games in NHL, play at Laval. We know Brooks over there, Les Oti, Leskinen, a defenseman, another great season with the Laval this year. We can talk also about Pinar, RV Pinar, doing good over there too. And so they have a lot of prospect. Honestly, they have a good year with the Laval Rocket. And for being honest with you, Laval Rocket never win for the last many years. They never have a great American Hockey League, the Montreal Canadiens, whatever it was, Laval or other team, they was part of their organization. They struggle a lot, and this year finally, the way the Bergevin bring that team for the last 4 years with more prospect and the way they pick and they draft, that helping them. And then the situation with Caufield now, he's going to be a part of the Laval Rockets. We want to mention that to you. He's going to be report after his quarantine. He should be driving today, Monday, to Wisconsin, to Montreal. We expect 7 more days quarantine, so expect him about April 7, 8. He should be part of the weekend where the Laval play 2 games, and he'll be a part of the roster. One is coming for the Montreal Canadiens, Cole Caufield. Listen, we need to be patient with him. We need to see what he's going to look like for the American Hockey League. He's a 5'7", 170 pounds. We have, for Montreal fans, I know you're excited about Cole Caufield. We want him. He's a sniper. He's the next generation, blah, blah, blah. Calm down. Let him rest. He maybe go there, maybe a 0 goal in 4-5 game, and then you're going to grow, have a symptom of panic. Don't panic. Let him time to adapt, to adjust, right? It's a big step for the college. The great things I heard, right? It's not the goal he did in Wisconsin. It's what Tony Granado said, the coach for the Wisconsin Badger. Granado have a great career in NHL, right? He played many games, everything like that. So he knows how this game works. He said, Cole Caufield is going to be a great hockey player in NHL. This, for me, is a great statement. He assured me that Cole Caufield one day is going to play NHL. So hockey fans, Montreal, slow down, right? Depress, calm down, don't panic. Let him have fun. Let him to play. Don't put pressure on him, right? How many times we did that in Montreal? We put pressure, like Guillaume Latendresse. We try to bring too much pressure. Relax with him, give him a chance to perform. We'll see after 20, 30 games what he look like. So that's conclude a resume of what Montreal Canadiens happening since they are off because of COVID-19. Of course, we're going to come back tomorrow night with live stream between the Montreal Canadiens and Edmonton Oilers. We're going to be live stream. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page under what? Hockey Nation Live Show. And you, Hockey Montreal fans, remember, you have what? Of course, greatness inside of you. Bonne soirée, mes amis. On se reparle demain pour un autre vidéo of the Montreal Canadiens. Bleu, blanc, rouge.